Okay, well, welcome to today's webinar. Today I'll be doing a demo of our new CareHub. First of all, my name's Adam Gilroy-Smith. I am Empower Healthcare's CEO, and thank you everyone for joining today. So first of all, I thought I'd just give a bit of background to what the CareHub is all about. So with the changes by the government to support home and to the NDIS, we realised that we really needed to help care partners to be able to be as efficient as possible and make their lives as easy as possible. And we were thinking about what we could do to support that. And one of the things that we've done is our Care Hub. So the Care Hub is a portal that allows easy access to information around your clients. And I'll get into showing it to you right now. So guys, along the way, if you'd like to ask any questions, please just chuck them in the chat and I will take a look at them. I'll either answer them at the time or we'll come back to them at the end. Just make sure. Okay, so you should now all be able to see the family portal screen. Let me just confirm that. So this is the login screen for the family portal. Once we log in, we are presented with our home screen, which is where you're able to start accessing all of your information. The first thing that you see is a drop down at the top of the screen, which is effectively your client list. Now, this is test data, so we've added in a couple of people onto here to be able to demonstrate it. But you would actually see all of the clients or participants that you have referred to Empower within this screen. So in this instance, we'll take a look at Hugh's record. When we look at Hugh, the first thing we see is the last visit that happened, and we would see his next visit. I might actually jump to Albus because I think he has a visit scheduled in. Yeah. So when we look at Albus's record, we can see the last visit that happened. This is just headline information, first of all, and we can view the next visit that is due to happen. So Albus is due to be visited on Monday by Ian Thorpe, and that's a nursing visit. Now, the first bit of functionality that you get straight away is a super easy way for you to be able to cancel an appointment. So if say for example, Albus calls in, says he can't make the next meeting or the next visit with Ian, you can instantly go onto here, request a change, and you can cancel that visit. Just type in a reason and hit submit. That's a time-stamped process. So it goes straight through to our team and they're able to action that immediately. So a much, much quicker way for you to be able to easily cancel an appointment and control what's happening. On the right-hand side, you can see Albus's care team. Now there's just one person in here currently, but if there were lots of different professions going to see Albus, you would be able to see a profile for all of those clinicians within there. Then you can view that profile and you can even write a review if you'd like to. So jumping back into the home screen, the other piece of information you can see on Albus is his active services, services that are already in place for him. And then as you scroll down, there's actually a helpful user guide that you can access down here as well on the home page. The next bit of functionality is where we start getting really cool. We can look at the schedule for Albus. So if I jump into the schedule tab here on the left-hand side, which is our navigation bar, you can see where there are appointments scheduled for Albus. So if we jump forward into April, we can see that next scheduled visit on the 6th of April, and you'd be able to see any other visits that are booked in for different services, etc., all in one easy place. Again, this is about making it easy for you to access the information, saves you having to reach out to our team to find out when those appointments are confirmed for. They're just in the diary. Please ignore the fact there's 2 appointments in there at the moment. That's just because we set up some test data. And then if you scroll down here, what you can actually see is the status of those visits as well. So currently they're blue because they're scheduled. Once they've been completed, they will turn to blue. This is all live information. So it literally happens as our clinician clocks out of the appointment with Albus. Or you can see that the appointment is cancelled or on hold as well. So again, really useful piece of functionality, really easy for you to access that information for all of your clients. And then we carry on through. The next tab on here is the Care tab for Albus. When we look at Albus on here, we can see the progress notes that have been entered. Now, we, as a standard, email out all of our progress notes every week. You would receive a PDF with all of the progress notes for your clients. We do that to support visit verification, but this is another way to access this information. We won't stop sending out that information. That's still really useful to be emailed in to land in your inbox each week. But this is another way of quickly accessing that information if you need to. So in this example, we can look at the progress note from February the 5th for Albus, and we can see the full details of the progress note within that record. You can also download from there and print the record from there if required. Now, again, if this wasn't test data, you would see a lot more progress notes within here, and it would go right back to when Albus started being seen by Ian or by any of our clinicians. In addition to progress notes, if our clients that receive nursing services, we actually record their vitals in there. So you'd be able to access the vitals that have been recorded for your clients. And again, you'd be able to see the history if there were more records than just one that we've got recorded in there at the moment. Then in addition to this, one thing I should have mentioned on the home screen actually, so I might just jump straight back there. On the home screen, if you have clients that you've already referred to Empower that would be listed on here, you can really easily add a new service without having to do a referral form at all, because we've already got all of that information, right? So on that home screen, there is a request new service button. We click into there and literally we put the date that we want the service to start operating, and then we would tell the team what service it is. So it could be physio. And that goes straight to our team. It acts exactly like a new referral. We would then review that and we come back to you if there are any questions about the service that you've requested and putting that in place for the client. So again, it's all about making life easier and faster for you and your teams. So if we go back down to Care, as you can see, we've got another place where you can request new service. So you can either do that from the homepage or from here for Albus in particular. And then as we carry on, there's a repository for records where we can share documents with you, in particular for each client. It's a secure way to share those documents. And then moving on further, we can see Albus's full profile as recorded in our system. So for Albus, we can see his details. You can see that he is from Hogwarts, obviously, and you can see things like our emergency contact details in there. Clearly, there'll be information that you would have to hand already yourself, but it's another reference point within there. So jump back to home. As I said, what we can see is all of the different clients that you've already referred to us. But the other big thing that we wanted to do with our Care Hub was to streamline new referrals for you. We recognize the entering referral details through a web form can be a little bit slow. And also we're asking for a lot of information that we already know about you. Things like who you are and your company name, billing details, etc. So the Care Hub enables a much quicker way for us to be able to um, get that information from you and a much more streamlined referral process. So we access that through the tab at the top, at the bottom of the screen, which is where, as I say, you've got your client list. But at the top, you would have a unique new client referral with a unique number there just for you. If you want to do a new referral, you click into the new client referral. This is also where the Care Hub automatically opens up to when you access it, logging in. And we go down to records and forms, and then we create a new client referral. So to complete a new client referral, it's super quick and super easy. So I'll show you part of the way through. So start by getting asked the usual kind of questions, but what you notice is we're not asking for any of your information, any billing information, any of those things. We've also gone through the whole referral form and really tried to strip out any questions that aren't absolutely vital for us to be able to deliver the service safely for your clients. So what you can see as you click through, or as I click through, is that the referral form is really responsive and quick to navigate through. So you just enter in some of the standard information, the information that we absolutely have to have, and things like emergency contacts, etc. And what you can see is it navigates really quickly to the next page. So there's no lag, anything like that. And as we go through, you'll see that we can very quickly select the services that we need and go right through the referral process. You can upload files, etc. within here. But the key thing is it's very quick and very easy to navigate. The other really great thing about this is that as you progress through the referral form, your changes are automatically saved straight away. So when we go back to the documents, you can see that that new client referral form that I had just started creating is already in here as a draft. So that means that if you're in the middle of doing a referral form and you need to do something else, then you can easily come back to that and click straight into it and pick up exactly where you left off and be able to go through that referral process really quickly and efficiently. The other great thing you have is that you then have a history of all of the referrals that you have made to Empower. So these ones, they're all example ones where I haven't actually submitted them during demos, but you would actually see submitted referral forms for your clients and be able to go back over that information if you needed to. Okay, so just jump back into there. So that's the primary functionality. You could actually see the client appear in your client list within about 2 or 3 minutes. And then you'd actually be able to see the services being added as we book them. In addition, you'll still receive the same appointment confirmations that you would normally expect from Empower, and you'll also see cancellation confirmations as well. They'll be emailed through from our team as they process them. So I might just open up the floor to see if anyone else has any questions. So thank you, Alana. You asked what's the difference between visit day versus service day in the schedule screen. I will uh, jump down to there. So I'm not 100% sure what you mean there, Alana. I'll see if Nicole, could you unmute everyone so that Alana could let me know what she's referring to. See if I can do it. Oh, hey Alana, if you're happy to share, um, we, what are you, what's your question? Sorry, I think we've got you muted there.
Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Wonderful.
How are you,
Um,
Alana?
Good, thank you, Adam. Thanks for this presentation. I was just wondering, I think maybe it wasn't on the schedule screen. It might have been on the home screen against a client, just down the bottom under in thought where it says active services.
Ah, yes.
It says
Uh,
visit day, serve day. Just wondering what that difference is.
Of course. Yeah, no, I understand. Thank you. Thanks, Alana. Look, this is reflecting the test data that we've pulled through for the services. So it's actually a service code that we use in our system. So it's effectively two different types of nursing visits that we've used the codes for. So it doesn't actually affect anything to do with scheduling. And yeah, it's just something in within our internal system that shows up as an active service. Does that make sense?
Yep, I will happily ignore for now.
Thanks, Alana. No, I appreciate that. Um, but yeah, so did anyone else have any questions? I might see if Nicole can unmute everyone.
Just trying. There is one in the Q&A as well. Can you see that
Ah,
one?
no, one second. My Zoom skills are letting me down a bit, clearly. Yep, got it. Okay, thank you very much. Someone there asked, how many of my client records will I be able to see? So the great news is that you should be able to see all of your client records. One of the key parts of testing as we developed the system was to make sure that the client list um, could be pretty much unlimited. So you would be able to see every single one of your clients that you've referred to in PAL. Oh, just see if there's any other questions here. Awesome. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions they'd like to ask at the moment?
They all have permission to talk. They just need to unmute if they want to.
No problem. No problem at all. Well, I'll take that as a good sign. Um, so hopefully what I've been able to show you today would be a really useful tool for you and your teams to be able to access information really quickly and to speed up and make a lot of processes more efficient. This is a live tool. It's ready to go. If you would like to try out the system, then the process to do that will be sending out a email to everyone that attended today's demo, and that will contain some information we need or ask for some information we need to get you set up in the system. They'll be basically creating your logins, and then we'll make sure that all of the clients that you've referred in the past are attached to your record as well, if there are any. And we'll be able to action that within a day or so of receiving the email back from you. So that'll be going out later on today. If you do have any questions or concerns around the system, then please feel free to respond to that email and to ask any questions within there, and we can circulate if there are any FAQs that come out of that. But yeah, so thank you very much for joining today. I hope that it was useful for you, and I hope that you'll give the CareHub a try. It's something that we're incredibly proud of and excited about. And the clients that we have rolled it out to already absolutely love it, and the feedback has been very, very good on it. So thanks again for joining today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and look forward to seeing you all really soon. Thanks, everyone. Thanks. Goodbye.